Hey, when did the North Side become about greasy bluebeards? I knew slick grease and bad spaghetti sauce would make it here eventually. So they're saying that like I would hear like it's not a good life, rough life, and like that's a step up for me, If this rough life, it's a rough life, but this is like a vast improvement from what it was 15 months. A rough, impossible life is actually a major step up. Like I said, when did those sometimes big-lipped fucking black guys when did those what did I do? What did I do guys get here? When did Satan's heavenly angels with a little bit of a saintly spiritual twist get here? So on a serious note, I wanted to say, like, when I was I tried saying this in the phone, but some money was made on catching the transmission. That when I was 2 years, like starting from 2 years old, I would do something in my head. And this is more like serious stuff that should maybe be on a separate take. But this is serious philosophical stuff, in that I did this all the time. I didn't realize that nobody else did it, but when I would internalize something about the system that was totally true, that everybody took for granted, but wasn't obedient. It wasn't like it was just wrong. It would be unlawful or harmful or hurtful. I would say, well, what do I need to do to not be in this frame? So now what do I? It's not like I had to go running around and look what I found or look what I know. I would just say, and maybe it was like some sort of like buried deep down that maybe I could tell people about it and they would listen maybe several years later. Maybe that kind of like was maybe even in the front of my mind, that maybe I'll get a chance to tell people why I don't exactly think with the rest of society. That was there. But that's what I did without fail. Since I was like 2 years old, when I would when I would get a grip of what was going on that was terribly wrong. It wasn't like what most people do. Well, okay, this is now this is how it's done, and this is what it wasn't like this is how it's done and this is what you do. I would actually say, like, now what do I have to do? That was my bottom line. That was one of the things that I did absolutely consistently. So I don't know if I should eat this. It seems too sweet. I wasn't a hippie show-off. I was just more like, how do I keep my system as clean as possible? Most of the time I was hiding my I was hiding my remonstrances because there were a lot of devil soldiers around that were looking to, badger me with consternation if I said anything afoul. And that includes some of my closest friends, and they would even know how to make it look like I wasn't being dangerous or anything, or that I wasn't. They knew how to make it. They would just like slough it off, what's this guy dreaming, So yes, my life was riddled with snakes, but that was the good part of life.